ChatGerry, a social science study using VPT, model and analysis of my past 62 years from 1964 to 2025, number 1436, VPT Sharp 009, November 13, 2025, Gerald C. EclaireMD Foundation. Category, Social Science. Preface. This paper applies my viscoplastopology, VPT, framework to study my 62-year adult life journey from 1964 to 2025. VPT combines viscoplastic energy logic and topological geometry to decode long-term human development. Life, like chronic diseases, behaves as a nonlinear, dynamic, and irreversible system shaped by internal forces and external stressors. My goal is to understand the deeper pattern behind my successes, failures, turning points, healing periods, and late life stability. Model design. I define self-worth as the output strain. It reflects long-term accomplishment, knowledge growth, interpersonal relationships, business failures and success, health crises and body changes, personal responsibilities, and life meaning. Even though it is a social science variable, it behaves like a strain curve with both elastic and plastic components. I selected 3 input stressors that represent core human motivations: wisdom, academic knowledge, fair judgment, personality maturity, problem solving, people skills, care, compassion, helping others, emotional giving, social responsibility, ambition, pursuit of fame, power, money, and professional success. These 3 inputs form a complete and scientifically clean framework for modeling adult life development. VMT results. Using viscoplastic energy analysis, I computed each stressor's contribution to my life trajectory. Wisdom is 47%. Care is 42%. Ambition is 11%. Wisdom has been the primary driver of my personal development. My lifelong habits of learning, reading, analyzing, improving skills, and constant curiosity form the backbone of my personality and life direction. Care for others, especially underprivileged children, has been the second major force. More than 10,000 students have received educational support from me. This emotional and moral responsibility shaped many key periods of my life. Ambition played a minor role, and only for a short period during my high-tech career. It never defined my personal values or long-term direction. The VMT timeline also shows 2 high-energy peaks, entering MIT in 1972, and leaving the high-tech industry after selling my public-traded AI semiconductor company in 2002. The 2 lowest points were the 7 entrepreneurial failures in the 1980s, and my severe health alarms starting in 2010. That triggered my shift into self-driven medical research. The turning point of my entire life was 2010, when my cumulative VMT energy reached 80%, and I began my long medical research journey to save my own life and help others through knowledge sharing. TDA results. Topology reveals the geometric structure behind these energies. Wisdom forms the main spine of my 62-year geometric manifold, rising continuously from 0.10 in early life to 0.90 in recent years. There is no reversal. This confirms that knowledge and learning have always guided my life direction. Care forms a wave-like shape. It stayed modest early in life, then rose sharply to 0.75 and 0.80 during P09 to P13, when I achieved financial stability and invested 9 years in charitable psychotherapy for those in need. Care rises again after P15, influenced by my post-stroke reflections and my new mission of public health education. Through mass communication channels, such as YouTube, ambition shows a narrow spike between P09 and P10 during my Silicon Valley high-tech company's IPO and acquisition, then falls back to baseline. This demonstrates that ambition was temporary, lasting about 1 decade and situational. Worth, the output strain, shows 1 dip during my struggling startup years, from 1979 through 1991, and then a powerful rise after 2010 from my medicine study and research. The geometric manifold is continuous with no breaks, meaning my life never collapsed even during deep crises. It always repaired itself and continued upward. Combined VPT interpretation. VMT shows the numerical energy pattern. TDA shows the geometric pathway. Both research methods point to the same truth. My life has been driven primarily by wisdom and compassion, not ambition or material gains. Despite setbacks, health crises, and financial difficulties, my life trajectory never broke. It behaved as an irreversible, self-repairing, nonlinear, and resilient system driven by learning, caring, and continuous reflection. This study explains why 2010 marked a powerful turning point, and why my sense of fulfillment continues to rise as I approach age 80. VPT gives me clarity, not self-pity or self-pride, and helps me understand the deeper forces behind my 6 decades of self-development and improvement. Disclaimer: I write this paper not for fame, but to share what I have learned so others can understand their health, prevent disease, and live longer, healthier lives. This content is provided for educational reference only, and does not constitute medical or financial advice. No doctor-patient or advisor-client relationship is created. You may share this summary freely, but it must not be altered, edited, or republished as your own. All intellectual property rights and copyrights for this article and its related materials belong to the author, Gerald C.